My friends and family love Clickstop because I love Clickstop. So no matter where I go, whether they're close friends and family or distance, or maybe I don't know them at all, Clickstop has really built a really great name for themselves. I was having a conversation with Nikki Dudley, was not job hunting at all, and anyway, she's like, hey, if you're ever looking for a job, you ought to check out Clickstop. I don't know what hit me one day. I decided to go look at the internet and checked out Clickstop's website. Was going along and I'm like, wow, it looks like they have a lot of fun there. And then I got to the culture video, and everybody looked like they were having such a great time. It looked like a relaxed environment. And I think probably the one thing that hit me the most about that video is Ashley. And she said, I don't have to feel guilty when I'm at work, and I don't have to feel guilty when I go home to be with my kids if they need me. And that really stuck with me. I thought, you know what? That's a place that I want to work.
Well, I was pretty confident even just after my first interview that Clickstop would exceed my expectations. I mean, I could just tell from when I walked in the door, the way the environment was here, it just felt different. And I bet I knew within a couple weeks of working here that Clickstop was going to far exceed every expectation I had. I mean, and as a bonus, it was a fun place to work, and the people are great.
I thought it sounded like a great place to work, and it looked like fun and the flexibility and the respect. And so those were kind of some of my expectations coming on board. And they've more than exceeded my expectations here. Everybody here is so friendly. I cannot believe how friendly they are. And it's genuine. It's not just that we're being paid to be nice to each other, but I think that we all really truly like each other. The culture is a huge part, and it's really what draws people to us. When people look at our Facebook page and the videos and how much fun we're having, the respect, the flexibility, the benefits, the work-life balance, and they really mean it. It's not just they're out there on the website. It's not just somebody putting the words down on a piece of paper. I mean, we really mean it. It's really easy for others to buy into the culture when they get here, to kind of step outside the box. I think it starts off with integrating a new employee into our workplace, which, they come in, the first day they go to lunch with their team, the second day they're going to go to lunch with some other people that they work with, and so all of a sudden they're in it. When I came on board, it really wasn't all that awkward, like when you start a new job, where, I just felt like I was a part of Clickstop from the day that I walked in here. And so I think it makes it really easy for people to buy in. We all want to see the company do well, and we all want to succeed. And when an email comes out, then a new person's coming on board, or an email comes out that so-and-so is getting a promotion, we're all just like whipping emails back, stopping by their desk saying congratulations, and we're all really excited for them and their next step at Clickstop. It's great to encourage people and to have them join in, and if you're at lunch, ask them to sit with you and that kind of thing. But I think the buy-in is just a natural transition into Clickstop because everyone here supports a new employee. We have our divisions of, our cubicles and our departments, and sometimes you start to stay in those for a while and you don't spread out. So you have the meetings, and you have the fun activities, and the ping pong competition, and the bags competition, and the golf outing that's coming up, and you get paired up maybe with somebody that you don't work with every day, and you get to know them and you learn more about them. And I really think that the more that you learn about somebody personally, the better it is to work with one another. I mean, you care, and I think that's probably the one thing that I can say about Clickstop is it really does feel like a family. So I think it's important to have, work hard, play hard combination, because it does give us a little time to not think about our job and get to know our coworkers. I think that's another thing that promotes a winning team spirit is there's so many things that our employees do or are involved in that Clickstop supports. So junior achievement is something that I really have a passion for, and here at Clickstop, that's acceptable to go and take time off of work to go and do junior achievement within the classrooms. And I think it not only a financial benefit that Clickstop matches dollar for dollar the donations that our employees make, the walks that we're involved in, we're even going to clean the ditch, and so that'll be just another thing for us all to get together and have a fun morning cleaning the ditches. And it may not sound like fun, but it'll be fun because we'll be with our coworkers and doing a good thing on top of it. Promoting the winning team spirit is not only just within Clickstop, it goes outside as well. Oh, I think I hear clappers.
There are a number of key things that we look for when we're interviewing candidates to come to work for Clickstop. The first one would be enthusiasm. Secondly would be to be a great communicator. Third would have just a really strong desire to always learn and make yourself better. Another one would be to be just to have great judgment, I think is the best way to say that. And then finally, to be a creative person. And creativity would be ingenuity or an innovative thinker. Well, the reason that we feel like enthusiasm is important is because when you're enthusiastic, it's just an attitude that you bring. I love the quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm," and I truly believe that.
I think enthusiasm in the workplace and at home makes you want to do well and to succeed in what you're doing. And I think when you want to succeed and make changes, that it happens. I think it's kind of a snowball effect, and other people want to see that. They want to succeed and do well too. So I think it just kind of drives you to accomplish what you want.
Communication is so key in any organization. It is vital here at Clickstop. And when we talk about communication, it's that decision to know when to communicate and how to not over-communicate or also not under-communicate. So it's a kind of a fine line. So that's really something that we look for.
Here at Clickstop, when we talk about thinking big and making it happen, we like to take action and we like to get moving forward as quickly as possible. So by being a good communicator, we can get our ideas and our points across and take action quickly and make things happen.
One of the keys to growth at Clickstop for an individual is really just to continue to learn. There are so many opportunities that we have here. And the cool thing is that people can move from department to department, but really it's about setting yourself up ahead of time and learning those things so that you're equipped when it's time to move. Having great judgment really comes down to knowing what the priorities are, knowing how to focus, and really knowing how to make a decision today that I can make immediate, strong impact. So when we talk about creativity, I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm just not that creative of a person. And I challenge that pretty much every time by saying creativity is all about how you process information, how you make decisions, being an abstract thinker. And that's where the creativity part comes in, and every single person has that. So we want to try to figure out how to get that to come out.
I think that having the ability to take a project that you're working on or take an activity that you're about to do and look at it in a different light really is showing your creativity. And by being able to do that, you can think outside the box and find a way to do something bigger, do something better, and really make it work for you and work for your teammates.
Think big and make it happen. It's really two parts. So there's the think big, which is pretty easy to do. I mean, a lot of people are really skilled at thinking big and coming up with big ideas. But until action happens, and that's the make it happen part of the core value, it's just an idea at that point. And when it's just an idea, it can die on the vine and never be realized. So make it happen was an important part of determining that core value, so that we could say, put action to it, come up with a plan, come up with a proposal. Well, Tim is always pushing us to think big. We had gone to lunch a while back, and we came back, we were sitting in the parking lot, and Tim had said a word to me that I hadn't really associated to Clickstop before, and that word was campus. He's like, picture what the campus might look like in 5 years. I kind of latched on to campus and kind of forgot about everything else at the moment, because I'd always seen this as a property or an office building or a warehouse. I hadn't seen it as this big, huge campus idea. And for me, that was his way of leading me to think bigger. I loved it. Well, an easy way, I think, for people to think big is to do one thing. And that is simply to challenge yourself by the question, or ask yourself, am I making an impact today? Or the impact that I'm making, is it big enough? Could I do more? Where else could I go with this? It's a key thing to be able to say, what could I do bigger today? Or what could I do bigger tomorrow than I did today to create instant, immediate impact?
I want things to be the best they can be, and I want people to know that they need to continue to strive to be better and be better. And whatever it is we're doing today, it has to change for tomorrow. The only thing that stays the same is that change. And if we don't keep moving forward, then we're falling behind. My first management position at Clickstop was in IT, and one of the challenges of that was one of our guys was remote. So it's always interesting to tie in someone who works remote by the fact that you have to really over communicate. And sometimes that's the hard part with any job like this, is you never can communicate too much.
In December of 2012, we transformed the marketing team into 2 teams. I was very excited to take on the role as e-commerce director, which also included leading the creative team.
And one of the interesting things about creative team and communication is the fact that you communicate differently to creative people. So it's not something that you can just tell them to go do it. They sometimes want to know the why, and they want to be involved in the process. And I think that goes for anybody. People like to know why they're doing what they're doing. It helps give them motivation, and it helps them learn more about the things that they do.
As a category manager, it's really easy to just get lost in all the data and everything that I'm looking at every day. And so having that open communication is just a really good way to bounce ideas off of each other, and it just really helps us come up with some really great creative ideas that I might not have seen looking at, thousands and thousands of lines on a spreadsheet.
Open communication plays a key role in my job here at Clickstop, working with different departments, making sure that we're getting the product out in a timely manner and correct.
I feel like gaining the knowledge through talking and working out issues with my bosses and also my coworkers helps me to gain good knowledge that I can pass on to other people and give the best to customers.
So a lot of times people try to work on what is someone's personal goal and what's someone's business goal. And to me, that there's no real difference between personal and business goals. If someone's not doing well at home, they're not going to do well at work. If they're not doing well at work, they might not be doing well at home. And The goals have to span their personal and their business lives, and if they don't, then you're probably not digging deep enough into that person and getting their full potential. Most people don't communicate openly because it's hard. It's hard to actually give honest opinions to people. But what you find is when you do, and after you set up the parameters of that, it's good.
My drive to do better at my job is because I want to continue to learn. As long as I'm learning and I'm pushing myself to learn more and to become an expert in e-commerce or become an expert in marketing, I know there's so much I need to learn that I won't let myself ever just slow down. I want to learn and grow and be that mentor for other people who are on the team or in the department or looking to join the team. I was working in corporate America. It was right after college. I thought I had my dream job because I'm working for a big company and I'm working with tons of people and how cool is that? And I was good at my job. I could do my job. I could support my clients, but I kept thinking, is this fulfilling to me? And it wasn't. And I think I had to figure out what is fulfilling to me. And I realized that constantly learning and growing and being in a rapid fire industry is what's exciting to me. I think the urge to learn more, I've always kind of been like that, in school, in sports. I always wanted to, get the best grades and, be the leading scorer on the team and really be the best. And right when I started working at Clickstop, I had no idea what I was doing. And I kept thinking, how can I get up to speed with what they're doing and how do I know if I'm making an impact? And it took probably about a month or two to really start building the relationships around me and realizing that building relationships is so huge in the work environment, not only to create a collaborative team environment and create success for the company, but also individually, it's gonna help push me to the next level when I'm surrounded by people who are constantly pushing themselves and pushing one another. If you have those relationships and you have those people supporting you, that there's really nothing that you can't accomplish, because Tim's really opened up this environment to allow people to have autonomy and find their passion and be versatile. And as things change in the market, we're constantly changing. I don't want anyone to feel that they come to work and they clock in, clock out, and this is just another job. I really want them to push themselves, to think bigger, and to expect more about themselves. It's okay that you want to be something that you don't know how to be today, but you need to be able to take what you do know and grow and learn and take the initiative to take it to the next level. It'll be rewarding to know that you've accomplished some of your goals with the guidance and support of your team, and that you really can be great in any position as long as you're willing to reach higher than you are today or tomorrow. I can't sit back and wait for someone to tell me what to do, and even if I'm not confident in everything that I'm doing, I need to ask the questions and I need to go directly to the people and just expect myself, have expectations for myself that are great and not just be mediocre because it's comfortable and it's what I was used to. And it definitely made me step outside my box and realize that I could do more and I could push myself more, and that I needed to be the driver in my career, and that I couldn't wait for people to tell me what to do.
Anyone that's new, starting within the Clickstop team, there are definitely many paths you can take, different ways you can approach the projects and new things that we're working on. And to be successful within the organization, number one is really hone in on the core values. The core values are going to lead you through any position within the company. They will guide you in any department, because we like to be on the same page from an organizational standpoint. From there, it's It's your positive attitude, it's jumping on new projects and volunteering for things. We like when you ask questions. Be curious about things. Open the door to new ideas. As a company, Clickstop in general, we want to remain nimble. We want to remain we want to be able to do things quickly. If we need to make a change, it's there. And our employees are encouraged to drive that forward. And so it helps shapes the company in the sense that you can try new things. If I want to take on that responsibility, all I have to do is volunteer. If I have an idea for a new project, I can help lead that or co-lead that. When we go through those change periods, there's some little bumps along the way, but we can always reevaluate, and driving that forward helps the company, it helps our employees grow professionally, and it's something that really gets people fired up for new things.
Well, I think in sales, it's constantly changing, and it's just with new products, and it's with the environment and the industry's changing every day, which makes my job more exciting, more fun, and I think I just embrace that change and drive it by bringing that energy.
A lot of changes happen. We've moved our picking packing stations multiple times. We've moved all of our bin locations multiple times to try and make them more efficient. So me learning and being able to teach other people new strategies and methods is very important to me and my team, just to try to get better every single day.
By knowing that I get to come to work and work every day and work with people that I enjoy, it strives for me to be more successful and try to bring a little bit to the team every day to better myself and everybody else around me.
The success point within Clickstop is not the number of positions you take on, it's not the number of projects that you accomplish, it's what you give back to the company. And so if that's in your department specifically, if it's taking on a volunteer opportunity within our Clickstop Cares group, if it's leading a new initiative within the organization as a whole, or just being the friendly one in the office that says hello to everyone and asks people how their day is going, that's all ways that you can give back. And Clickstop really recognizes that. They enjoy seeing you grow professionally in the sense that you are giving back in multiple areas. So if you're a new person, just jump on the bandwagon, get excited about our core values, ask a lot of questions, and you are golden.
Well, my husband says that I'm a much happier person since I came to Clickstop, and I believe him. I feel that way. I just don't have the kind of stress that I had before, and for me, not having to feel like I was always sacrificing my career or my family or one over the other, like just being able to be myself again, I feel so much happier. Well, in my past jobs, I struggled to maintain balance between my work and my family life. I worked really hard to advance my career, and I felt that the closer I got to my career goals, the further I got from my personal goals. So I just reached this point where I felt like I needed to look elsewhere to find an environment that was more supportive to maintaining the balance. And a friend of mine had heard about Clickstop from Facebook and told me that it looked like a fun place to work and it was close to home and I should apply there, or here. Maintaining a balance between work and family life is a choice that we each get to make every day, and Clickstop makes it an easy decision to choose your family life or to have fun at work. I've seen employees at all different levels striving to maintain that balance and participating in the fun, because really we're all busy and it's so easy to get focused on just doing your task, but why not have a little fun while you're doing what you do best, or Why not choose to leave early to go to your son's ball game or have fun with your family and still get your work done?
My family and close friends, they're just said to me, I just heard it the other day, they're like, wow, I'm so glad to see you're so happy at Clickstop and that you love it so much, and it's so great to see you happy.
I like that the core value is making time for fun and family, because I think that choosing to find that balance is an ongoing decision that we have to make every day. But being here at Clickstop, they're very supportive and they encourage you to choose your family and to choose to have fun, and it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty about that.
I know that working in an environment that is focused on work-life balance, that I can have a family, and that I know I'll never feel like I'm torn between, should I be spending this time at home or should I be spending this time at work, because I'll have that open work-life balance policy.
In my old job, I was afraid to be sick, or I was afraid to have to ask for my kids' time, or my kids being sick, and you just don't have that here. I mean, it just is go take care of your family, take care of yourself, whatever you need to do, and I think that's really awesome.
I'm a big believer in that happier people are more productive people, and I think Clickstop supports that 100%. I mean, I think that's why they don't care if we need to take a break to play pool or get off subject. Sometimes some of our most creative moments seem to come out of the most random conversations. And even beyond just work, I know, like Ryan, you asked about Ryan, but he just tells everybody about how fun it is here and how we got to go to the retreat and how spoiled we were to get a weekend away and to just have fun with people that we work with. There's so many places where, the relationship ends at the end of the day. You don't always know a lot about people's personal lives or have fun with them outside of work, and I think that's kind of different here.
Yeah, well, Dylan and I have this ongoing billiards competition, and it's mostly fun. Mostly. If we didn't have this pool table, chances are Dylan and I would never cross paths. I wouldn't get to know him. And so I've made a genuine friend because we have this room here. So that's cool. I like that.
In my personal life, I just want to be happy, and Clickstop helps me be happy, because when you're happy at work, you're a lot more happy when you go home. And so it's one of those deals, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, and when mama's happy, that's a good thing. So.
I get to be the kind of mom that I want to be for my family, and I get to feel successful in my career, and that's huge for me. That's just hard to express that feeling, but it's like this big stress relief that I don't have to choose one or the other.